Sit back, relax a little bit. Let me tell you a story. See if yours is anything like mine. Remember when I was a kid? So much better when I popped the lid. Nail the rap or open it up.
Exactly, listen to Sean. Right, and Cash Out's the easy way to get money transferred when y'all with friends. So hop into that and then we'll get back to it.
He said, baby, jump in the back, boy. Tailgate crazy.
Tailgate crazy. What is going on, everyone? Hold on, just trying to get this connected. But welcome to another episode of Fantasy Reports on Shady Sports Network. I'm your bus driver, Cedric Green, as always, and I got my co-pilot Justin over here, and we're gonna be whipping it around tonight. Not a whole lot, but we got some information for you as usual. We'll keep it coming. So tonight we'll, like we did on Sunday, we'll start with the NBA updates. Have a few updates for you on the NBA side, and then moving on, if we have some engagement, we'll touch on that, and then move over to the NFL side and kind of go from there. So, guys, jump in with us. Let us know what you got going on, what teams you're watching, whether it be NBA or NFL. What are you looking at right now? Are you ready for the Super Bowl, or you got your Super Bowl party ready? We'll probably end out with that. So let us know how your Super Bowl party's looking so far. But yeah, what up, Justin?
Not a whole lot. Just think I'm starting to come down with that stuff that my wife and kid had a couple days ago. But hey, I'm feeling good still. A little bummed out about the Wolves losing a close one the other night. But what picked me up was that Michael Porter game that made me feel real great for fantasy. He balled out for me, and I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm ready to get this going and talk some basketball, talk some football.
There we go. Well, like we did last week, let's go ahead and get it started with a promo, and then we'll roll right into the NBA. So, guys, stick with us. Fantasy Reports on Shady Sports. All right. You guys see it. You see the truth. The Joker being named Western Conference NBA Player of the Month for January. Averaging a triple-double. Man, he averaged 27 points, 12.8 rebounds, and 11.4 assists per game during January. And also had 1.9 steals. I don't know, man. If he's not another MVP, I don't know who is. Those other
Anthony
guys.
Edwards.
I mean, he does have as much an impact on his team, though, as the Joker. But, I mean, the Joker's just doing historical stuff right now.
You know what would be cool if they did for the NBA All-Star game? Because that still hasn't come up, right?
No.
You know what would be – I have a cool idea. I'll get this quick. You know how they have like the slam dunk contest, the three-pointer and stuff like that? Mm-hmm. They should have like an old school like gym rules where it's 1v1, play to 13. It's like imagine like the Joker versus Anthony Edwards. They play to 13, or like Anthony Davis and Donovan Mitchell playing each other. There's like a game of 1v1. Just I think that'd be pretty fun for the All-Star stuff.
That'd be cool. I feel like I think they have 3-on-3.
Yeah, but I want to see like 1v1, like top dog versus top dog. Like it'd be cool if you like just a All-Star game version of like Anthony Davis versus the Joker. They played it like whatever, and I don't know. It's kind of like old street ball rules and stuff. Just let the ball out, play against each other.
Play till 21. That'd be tight to see them just kind of go at it on some street ball tip. Just like
I think that would be entertaining. No refs. Call your own fouls.
Right? Get your own rebounds too.
Get your
Point
own
takes
rebounds,
ball.
call your own fouls.
Point takes ball. Don't get dusted.
I think it'd be entertaining between them bickering at each other than actually them playing ball. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah. To see if they actually go at it. But I mean, Joker, he doesn't even compete in like the All-Star games.
He doesn't?
No.
But he at least shows up, right?
He shows up, but he doesn't really play in it.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like
That's unfortunate.
motions.
But I'm looking forward to the NBA All-Star game. Have they announced rosters yet?
I believe they have. Let me pull it up.
Because I thought the voting has been out for a while now.
Yeah, no, they already announced. I'm sure they already announced the rosters.
We can go over that real quick if you like.
Sure. Let's see if I can find it.
It's unfortunate that Joker didn't make the All-Star team, but that's all right.
What? He definitely made the All-Star team. He is the All-Star team. Let's see if I can pull this up here. NBA All-Star.
But in the meantime, guys, yeah, if you're looking to play some fantasy basketball or fantasy football, we still have a few spots left in our leagues, so feel free to at Sed or I on Sleepers say you're coming from the show. We can get you in on those leagues so we get them started for the next season of sports going and get some competition. It'll be fun. Look forward to having any and all of you guys. I think it's just 10-team league, so come while the spots are open.
Yeah, come one, come all. Come join. Let me see. I found the celebrity All-Star roster. Oh, there we go. NBA All-Star roster. Let's see if we can pull this over. From NBA.com. Yeah, so for the Eastern Conference, the starters, we got Giannis, Jalen Brunson coming through, Jason Tatum, Spider, Donovan Mitchell, and Karl Anthony Towns moving over to the Eastern Conference and automatically taking that center spot, taking over as the big man over there in the East. That's a pretty solid team, honestly. That's a pretty scary team. A little slow, maybe, but then you got Donovan and Jalen to make up for it. And then Jason, hey, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, Donovan Mitchell is my favorite player on that roster right there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's just cool to see Jalen Brunson, how he's been taking over lately, man. Just really, really coming through. And then their reserves, Jaylen Brown, Pascal Siakam, Darius Garland, Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, Damian Lillard, Tyler Hero. Crazy to see Dame coming in as a reserve, but I mean, God,
so many years of
over there.
Dominance.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. He came from the West where it was dominated by good guards, right? And then he comes over to the East, and all of a sudden there's all these good guards on the East. Either. So, what do you think about this Eastern team, though?
I think the starters are really good. I like the starters, but the reserves, I think they're all right. I mean, I think Evan Mobley's a decent player. Is he an all-star? No, in my opinion. Hero, he's a great player. Is he an all-star? No.
Hey, Hero's carrying that Miami team right now, though. I think that's what
I know, but if you put him up against where's Tyrese Halliburton? Where's some of these other bigger names of the East? They just a Josh Hart. Where is he? He seems like a good player to be on this roster, but nonetheless, it's still a good selection to choose from. Those would be my only nitpicking things from it.
Yeah. No, and I feel you there. The reserves look a bit suspect. I mean, I like Cade Cunningham, I guess, but are these guys really all-stars? Or are they just people that they just pick? But I mean, it's turn over a new leaf, I guess. I
Good,
just
like
would have expected
they're
to
good
see.
players. Don't get me wrong. Like they're doing well in the East, but like, are they all-star? Like, where's the bar at? Where's like this, like the standard we're setting for to be an all-star?
Right. Yeah.
Because
No,
like
I
I'd argue too. Where's Scotty Barnes? Like, I think he plays well enough to be an all-star.
mhm.
What are your thoughts on it? What do you think? What would you change
I
if you
don't really
had the
watch the
opportunity
East a
to for
whole
the East?
lot, but I mean, it's crazy to see how some teams I feel like are carried. I feel like the Jason Tatum, man, coming through and proving that he's
Yeah.
just one of the better players in the NBA consistently. Just not quite on that Joker level yet, I feel. But yeah, he is. I mean, he got a ring already with his team. He's in position to get
Yep.
another ring. And still he's the best player on the best team in the NBA. So they don't have the best record right now, but I feel like you don't need the best record in the
No,
regular
because there's just an
season.
individual accolade. Like, is there someone that isn't on this reserve roster that you'd like to have seen on there? Like, who would you switch out if you had to switch out?
No one, honestly. I think the
Okay.
starters are pretty set. I think it's good, a good group of starters. I think they you probably could have slipped Jaylen Brown in there, but who are you gonna take out? You're not taking out Donovan Mitchell. I mean, he's carrying the Cavs
Nope.
right now, the best team, and then you got Jalen Brunson holding it down for the best. The Knicks who are looking really good too. So I mean, who are you taking out? Granted, it's hard. I mean, you just got to add more spots. Now the West, I feel like the West is a little suspect.
It is very suspect.
Yeah. So yeah, over here. What do you guys think about the Eastern Conference starters? How do you feel about those starters?
Yeah,
Would
let
you
us know
take
your
any? Would
thoughts.
you
Who would
change
you
anybody
have?
else?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, would you change anybody out with reserves or put anybody else in?
Yeah, let us know in the chat. Feel free to talk
Yeah.
about it and discuss it. It'll be fun.
Right. Let's see.
So we got the usual suspects: Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Nikola Jokic. Is like, when you see those names before, they're always there.
Well, I mean, Joker's gonna be there, but like these other ones. I mean, they've been holding it down though, quite honestly. And you see Shaq just sneaking into it. That's a good one, but I feel like I would have probably had Anthony Edwards in there, honestly, over Steph Curry. But I guess you got Steph Curry kind of pulling the Warriors along, and he's Steph Curry, man. He's the best shooter in the league. But I mean, James Harden is kind of killing it right now with the Clippers. I would have probably had him in there.
Wow, I think
I think the
Western Conference is stacked, dude. Like this, these reserves for the West are hands down by far the better reserves than the East. They would be
starters in the East, for sure. Like you saw how Victor was battling with Giannis the other day.
Yeah, I think these guys of the West, these reserves would cloud the Eastern Conference reserves. Like Victor Wembanyama's on there, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, James,
Jaren Jackson. Yeah.
Is he healthy though? I thought he was hurt.
Probably he's hurt. He's been hurt for like 3 seasons.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Not hurt.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ja Morant isn't there.
Well, Ja, I feel like he didn't play a lot this season. I didn't see a whole lot of him. When he was out there,
the Grizzlies are doing well. Who's carrying the Grizzlies over there then?
Jaren Jackson. That's why he's an all-star.
I'll take your. I don't follow much Grizzlies basketball, but when they're on, I watch them.
I don't follow any Grizzlies basketball, but I mean, I feel like I haven't seen a whole lot of Ja either.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like those rosters overall. I mean, one player that I think I would switch out for somebody that isn't on this roster, I'd probably switch out Jalen Williams for maybe. No, they're hurt. Never mind. I don't know.
Aaron Fox. Well, I guess you just switched teams, but
yeah. I don't know. I think it's all right without having looking at rosters and the stats and stuff.
Yeah.
Is this player voting or is this picked by the players?
I think it's a mix.
Okay. Still, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's a mix of like players, fans, and then like media voting. Hey guys, what do you think though? What do you feel about the Western Conference starters and reserves? Is there anyone you would add in? Would you put anybody from your team in there? I know we got Joker in there every season. You think anybody's better than him? Not gonna happen, right? But yeah, no. Let's take a promo break really quick. Let's take a promo really quick, and then when we come back, we'll talk some more. There's a couple of trade rumors, trade news. I think a trade happened earlier today in the NBA. And we'll talk about that, and then we'll get it going. So
how our teams did last night?
Oh yeah, we'll look into that too. See how our fantasy teams are doing right now. Pull those up. So yeah, let's go. Get this promo going, and then we'll be right back, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. Please share, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Heck yeah.
Good luck, everyone here. Oh my Lord, who is this? Joe Burrow! Joe Burrow! AFC North smoked it right here, baby. Fanatics, authenticated Joe Burrow on the speed, incredible hit, going to Alpha Wolf. Congratulations, Alpha.
Yo, guys, head over to Breaks GPT and get all your NFL paraphernalia or memorabilia. Get all your
paraphernalia.
No bongs over there, guys. But you never know what kind of helmet or jersey that you're gonna get. And if you guys haven't already, I want to say if you could head over to our Facebook or our YouTube page and hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get over 1,800 subscribers. I don't know if we hit it already. I think we're like still trying.
We're trying, guys. We're trying.
I know, so you guys gotta subscribe. So help us.
Yeah. Do us a favor. Do you want me to go over some of the top scores from yesterday's games?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first game of the night was the Hawks versus the Pistons, and Trae Young hit a stone cold stunner of a game-winning shot, put that game on ice. That was pretty cool to see on the highlight videos, just how both those teams, like 132 to 130, like the Hawks and Pistons are two teams I never thought I'd see them put up that much over 100 points in a game. At least I haven't seen it for a long time.
They're playing each other, though. They're playing the Hawks and the Pistons. So.
They're just like, you get a point. You get a point.
Right.
So top performer from that game was Cade Cunningham with 30 points. Looks like 6 rebounds and 14 assists. So, yeah, he's on the Eastern Conference All-Star roster. So, with performances like that, it makes sense, doesn't it, Ced?
It does. It does. And that's the thing, too. Like, you look at it on the outside, you're like, well, I don't know his name, Cade Cunningham. I don't know why he's on there. But then when you start looking at the games and stuff, and you see those individual stats, and you're like, oh, okay.
Well, what do you think about like the Pistons and Hawks basketball? Like the Pistons, like they were the toilet for quite a handful of years now. Now they're at 500. They're 25-25. Like I think they're starting to turn it around and play good basketball again. And they got the coach that they like. Ownership's believing in the players and bringing in the right staff. I think they're making quite a good turnaround if they could hang 130 points on another team. I mean, it's the NBA, so they're all good teams. It's just, like you said, it's the Hawks, so their defense is suspect.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say like their defense is suspect. It's just, I mean, that's just it. They're just two fast-paced teams. In Detroit, they're building their team like when the last time they won the championship. It's a hard-nosed team that just comes and hits you from all directions. Quite
literally, too. Did you see Isaiah Stewart got his penalty for his fight from over the weekend?
No.
Oh, yeah. I think he got suspended for a couple of games for getting ejected for throwing punches and whatnot.
Oh wow.
The bad boys of the Pistons are back.
Bad boy Pistons. That's their thing, right? And I'm sure they preach that to all
Yeah.
these players that come in. That they just put in. I'm sure they're just like, yes, I picked Kate Cunningham to have the most points last night. I should put some money on that.
Jeez,
But
what are you
nah,
doing, man? You even
being
picked him
in
on your
contract.
fantasy team for this week.
I know, and just out of it, he went off. But yeah,
So
no.
what is one thing that you're disappointed with the Hawks with their team so far? They're 23 and 27. I mean, they're 2 games behind the Pistons in the standings. But what do you think their problem is? Like, are they just giving up too many points, or their stars not showing up, or because weren't they a playoff team these last couple of years?
Well, I mean, they've always been a kind of a one and done playoff team.
Yeah.
I think they're just kind of, they kind of have some aging players, some aging contracts that are they've been trying to get off their books that are kind of holding them down a bit right now. But I mean, that's just the Hawks, man. They're just kind of right there, middle of the road.
Do you think they're either of these two teams between the Hawks and Pistons are a team that could make a big splash before the trade deadline, like try to trade Young or trade, a big name from either of those teams to try to make a splash for their team to make a playoff push, or what do you see them going forward?
I see the Hawks probably trying to do something. I feel like they tried to move Capella unsuccessfully.
Yeah,
and then
that's a contract they're trying to get out of, right? That's a big one.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest one they've been trying to get out of. But I can see them moving him if they can. But maybe trying to bring in another.
There's a team that I know of that's looking for a big man that I heard on this show.
Yeah, but not that much.
Not that much. That's too rich for you.
Let's see what his contract. I can pull up his contract.
But yeah, I can go on while you do that. I'll look to the next. So the next game was how we alluded to it earlier is the Timberwolves, the Kings. Timberwolves lost a heartbreaker, 116 to 114. Again, it's just the mistakes and the falling apart, not being able to take advantage. Like, it was a depleted Kings team too. I mean, I don't think Zach LaVine played. I don't remember seeing him out there. But the top player for that game was DeMar DeRozan with 33 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. I mean, the ageless wonder here, man. He just find a way to dominate games. I think he's going to be the one that has to step up now that De'Aaron Fox is out of town. He's going to really have to put the team on his shoulders. And for the Kings organization, I think they have to continue to build around him and Sabonis for sure. I mean, they got 2 really good pieces there, and they'll have to just navigate this offseason of where they want to make additional assets if they don't make any more moves before the deadline. Because I really think they made out, no pun intended, made out like kings for that deal. I mean, they got a few second-round picks. They got a couple players. Like, I think they did all right.
Yeah. Especially for the fact that they already do have solid players, right? Like Zach LaVine coming in at the 2, or coming in at the 2 and the 3, right? They already have a solid 2 and a 3 anyway. So
they still remind me though of like the Hawks, where they're just like a play-in team, like a one and out kind of, like they can get there, they can get into the playoffs, but they're not making any splashes.
Well, I don't know. I think the Kings, if they got to the playoffs with their talent, I think they can kind of do some damage. I think they're sneaky good.
So you're probably like a step up. They're a step up to the Hawks.
Maybe a step above the Hawks. Yeah, maybe a step above, but not quite like up there with the Nuggets and the Timberwolves.
Yeah,
and the Lakers.
They're working on it.
They're getting there for sure. I feel like the Kings are always just like.
Well, they're 2 games back from the Wolves now in the Western Conference after winning last night. So we'll see how that keeps going forward. But they're definitely a team that's looking promising. As for the Wolves, another disappointing close game. It's like a lot of these losses, if you look back on the schedule from earlier this year, a lot of the Wolves losses, they are blowouts. They're literally close losses that could have went either way, and they're just not getting that closure, that final stretch, or that final push to get the W's.
Yeah.
And that's the difference with the team this year than the team last year. It's just they're not winning those close games and they're not being clutch.
Well, I mean, you're missing a big piece from last year too. So you see him on the Eastern All-Star Center. So,
Yep.
I think that had, granted they were trying to navigate through the Twin Towers last year. I mean, Rudy Gobert, as good as he is, he's just not it, man. He's just not all the way it. He's just big. And you see Victor Wembanyama, you see like what that could look like, you know what I mean? Like that size and what it should look like. And that's not him. But I mean, at the same time, he's still serviceable as defense. And I mean, they still have Naz Reid too. I think that was a big reason they let Cat walk is because of Naz.
Yeah,
Reid.
and he showed up last game. I think he had 30 points last night. Like he didn't do too bad for himself.
Yeah, he 30 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks.
Yeah.
So I mean,
as much as
the
you
Twin
give
Towers going on.
Rudy some grief, he had 13 rebounds, 7 of those on offense. So he gave his team opportunities to get second chance points.
Yeah, well, he'll do that all the time in the regular season. He'll get defensive player here every regular season, and then he'll disappear come the playoffs. So
yeah. So the third and final game to note from yesterday was the Wizards and the Hornets. I know, a real blockbuster game there. The Wizards are looking for their 10th win. They pulled it off last night, 124 to 114. That puts them at 8 wins. So they're 2 away from double digits. Yeah. Hornets are still slumping, just doing what they can with the roster they got.
Well, what's his name?
Who's what's his name?
The ball.
No, you're right. Yeah. So we got Bridges with 24 points and Koulibaly had 26 points for the Wizards. Oh boy, Valanciunas with 17 rebounds. And the ghost of Michael Brogdon, 7 assists but 2 turnovers. So they got some pieces over there in the East, but it's definitely a tier down from Eastern Conference second tier teams from the Western Conference second tier teams. Like I feel like there's a real separation between the good teams of the East and then there's bad teams where like the Western Conference has like 3 tiers where it's like elite, up and coming, and then not so good.
Well, yeah, because you can see those up and coming teams too, like like the Spurs, who are right there, man, but they're gonna get there. I think
you have a standings update for us.
Yeah, so in the West, we still got Oklahoma City at 1. But then we see Memphis Grizzlies moved up. They're in that second spot. Like you said, they've been surging lately. Their last 10 games, they're 9-1 on a 3-game winning streak. Then we have Houston Rockets. They dropped down to 3. They're 5-5 in their last 10 games on a 3-game losing streak. So going the other way. We got the Nuggets staying pat right there at 4. They're in a 3-game winning streak as well. You got the LA Lakers on a 2-game winning streak, and then the Clippers. So that rounds out the top 6. And then Timberwolves creeping up, man. They're 7 right there. They're like a game and a half behind the Lakers. So they're on a 2-game losing streak, unfortunately, but they're still right there, and they're a game above the Mavericks, who knows how they're going to look. They're in a 2-game losing streak as well, too. Then you got the Kings and the Suns that rounds out the top 10, with the Warriors and the Spurs on the outside looking in. I mean, Spurs, man, they just, when they click in, they're going to click in, but I think it'll just be a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Before they do click in. Did you want to look at the East standings as well, too?
Yeah, might as well. Yeah. Equal opportunity here. Give the East some love, too.
Right. So we'll run through it. So East got Cleveland still at number 1, 40-9 on a 4-game win streak, 6-4 over the last 10. Got Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, Indiana Pacers, Milwaukee Bucks, and Miami Heat to round it out. And that's what I'm saying. Tyler Hero, man. No Jimmy Butler. The Heat still right there outside the play-in, inside the playoffs. And then at 7, you got Detroit Pistons, Orlando Magic, Atlanta Hawks and Chicago Bulls to close out at 10, and they're on a 1-game. Well, they lost their last game. They're at 3-7 over the last 10. So it's like you said, you kind of see that drastic drop off even in the teams going, sitting in the play-in spots right now, right at that 10, that 9, that 10. Even the 8 spot, they all have losing records.
Yep.
Whereas in the West, you don't see a losing record until you get to like the 12th team in the San Antonio Spurs outside the playoffs. So, I guess records aren't a whole lot, especially this time of the year, but you still kind of see the difference in the teams and what was going on, in the conferences. And that's kind of how it is. I kind of feel like the East is a little bit of an easier path. Although this year you do kind of have it clogged at the top. Those top teams, I feel like they're top tier teams. Like you said, there's 2 tiers. There's the top tier, and then there's everyone else in the East. Whereas in the West, you have, you have your Nuggets. Not even, you have right now. You have your OKCs. You have your Rockets. You have your Grizzlies, obviously, and then you have that next tier of the teams that are just like maybe one snap away from getting it right. As in the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, the Lakers, the Clippers, that they get it, they got it, but it's just not consistent with it. And they have a lot of flaws. And then you just kind of have those guys at the bottom. Because, they're up and coming, you have those up and coming teams too. So you maybe have like 4 tiers almost. Because, you got like the Spurs and I think the, Trailblazers up and coming. But then you still have teams, and then you got like the Pelicans and the Jazz. And the Warriors that are just like, well, they're kind of out of it. But like the Suns, right? Like the Suns, like snap at any moment. Like look at their team. Like they have quite a bit of firepower. It's just it doesn't quite click in all the time. But hey,
I got a live update for you.
What's that?
The Sixers of the what?
Go ahead.
Promo.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say let's do a promo and then we'll do it on the other side of the promo.
Yeah, yep.
So all you guys just joined in. Thanks for watching. You're watching Fantasy Reports here on Shady Sports Network. And we're just updating you on the NBA right now. So come and chat with us. Leave something in the chat. I think I put a question in there. What are your thoughts on the All-Star starters? Who do you feel should be a starter? Who do you feel shouldn't be a starter or reserve? So let us know. We'll get this promo going.
And help us out hitting that goal of 1,800 subscribers. If you like what you see, if you like joining us, feel free to show us some love, like, follow, subscribe, and most importantly, share with everybody. And we'll catch you on this other side of the promo.
Hey.
How are you? Bring them things. I call the plug. Bring them things.
That's money. That's cash out.
Forever you and me, right by my side's where you ought to be. 'Cause if I ever were to lose you, I just don't know what I'd do. Let me hear you now.
All right. So yeah, you said you had some live updates. What was that?
Yeah, between the 76ers and the Dallas Mavericks, there's flipping back leads. There's 3.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Mavericks are up 111 to 110 off a free throw. And, that's getting pretty close there between the Mavericks and the Sixers. It's coming down to most likely the final possession of the ball.
Yeah.
And again, Sixers just take the lead with a 3 ball from Aubrey, and now it's 114 to 113. It's really back and forth. Then update over there in the Eastern Conference again. We got the Celtics play the Cavaliers. You got the Celtics up 10 on the Cavaliers, quarter 3 with 2 minutes left to go.
Damn.
Donovan Mitchell with a big 3-ball to bring the lead down to 10.
Later. Hey, yeah, no, so it's funny, you got the Mavs and the 76ers going back and forth because they just went back and forth in the trade world, right? They just traded Caleb Martin from the 76ers to the Mavs, and then the 76ers received Quentin Grimes in the 2025 second-round pick. Man, the Nuggets are looking at Caleb. I like Caleb Martin. He does little dances.
Yeah.
And everything.
And I feel bad for Quentin Grimes. He just can't find a home anywhere. He's just getting passed all over the league.
Yeah. I wonder why. Hopefully he turns out to be like
he's only a third-year player, I believe, right? He's not that old.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say, I hope he turns out to be like a Jalen Brunson where you see him and he gets over to the 76ers and he clicks in with
hey, the
point guard
Nuggets could use him for some backcourt help.
They didn't go and get anybody. They were
not yet.
Looking at yeah, they're still
Jimmy Butler.
Nah, don't
you don't want that.
They already got Russell Westbrook, so
that's enough personality in the locker room.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's enough of a crazy, yeah. But dang, I saw some trade rumors for the Nuggets. Let's see what trade rumors we can find. Anyway, that's what I saw. There was another one, I think. Was that the only trade that went down since Sunday?
I think so, yeah. No, otherwise, it's been awfully quiet.
Yeah. Lucas said he thought it was April 1st when he got traded. Yeah, so I'm not seeing anything else. So you know what? That's cool though, because that just gives us a chance to move it right on over to the NFL, right? We'll just keep this moving. So,
well, did you want to preview your team's game? When do they play next? We can at least preview our teams before we move on to the NFL.
Yes, there we go. See, sometimes I'll be driving this bus all drunk, y'all.
No, it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. I just thought I'd give our team some love,
And then we didn't talk about the Nuggets last game too. They won.
Oh yeah, tell us about your team. Tell us about Michael Porter Jr.
Michael Porter Jr. went off, man. What do you have, like 36, 37 points?
I loved it for fantasy. I love it. It. Keep it coming.
The Joker had a triple-double, of course, as he does, plus a steal.
That's just every game, though, right?
Hey, man, showing up 8 or 10 on free throws.
Gave his game.
Zeke Naji, too, man. Zeke Naji shut down Zion. Zion only had 14 points. He only had 2 more points than Zeke Naji, the guy we don't even want to play at center. So,
do you like his play so far? Do you hope he gets more minutes, or what's your temperature check of that guy?
I mean, I don't know what they're worried about with him. I don't know why they don't like him. I like Zeke Naji.
So you think he could be the answer there for the Nuggets?
I don't know if he could be the answer. I think he's just not. He doesn't have enough weight on him. Maybe, I think they just maybe don't.
So he's just not physical or built enough for it, or
I think maybe he's not big enough to play center, like a full-time center.
Okay.
As far as
he's a little bit more meat on him, like Jokic.
Yeah, and he just hasn't put that on. And but he can shoot.
How's his shooting been?
He can shoot for sure. I mean,
because if you're not scoring points, you're not getting rebounds. Like how you play defense, how you put your team.
Right. And he did have that 5-block game a couple days ago against Charlotte.
Hey, 5 is good. It's 5 more than one of us would do.
Oh yeah, totally. But I mean, that's probably about the only other game he's had. Aside from that, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 blocks. So he's gotten 4 blocks outside of that in every other game that he's played in, and he hasn't been active for a lot of games. It's just they just need to get him active consistently, just kind of get him in there and play. Looks like they're kind of trying to mix him into that rotation. They've been trying to move people around. I guess Aaron Gordon's just not quite all the way healthy, and they've just been trying to find ways to.
So where are we at here? We're about 50 games, going on 60 games into the season.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think where the Nuggets are in the standings? Do you err on the side of, if Aaron Gordon isn't healthy, do you just rest him for the playoffs? Just get him 100%, or do you keep trying to get him out of this funk? Like keep.
Well, I think that's what they're trying to do because it seems like they're trying to find players to replace him with, and they kind of had Christian Brown playing that role for a little bit, and Michael Porter switching in and out, but then Russell Westbrook got hurt, so they had to move Brown back down.
Yeah.
I just think that they've just been trying to see where they can get in, where they fit in, and who they can put where and move over and put, in different positions. And it does look like they've been trying to. Yeah.
If you're coach, though, what are you doing with Aaron Gordon going into the playoff push?
Well, I mean, he's listed as questionable, so it seems like we'll probably see more Strawther and Peyton Watson and just let Aaron Gordon rest.
Is Peyton Watson healthy again? I thought he was hurt.
No, Peyton Watson's back healthy.
Okay.
Oh, wait, Peyton Watson is out. So it'll be Strawther. Julian Strawther, will probably see more of him. And then Zeke, that's why we've seen Zeke Naji. But yeah, they're just trying to find ways to plug that hole, and do what they can until we can get him back at 100% because he hasn't been at 100% for a while, and that's what we need.
All right, that's good. That's good. So, on that note, your Nuggets, they play ball at home tomorrow night against the Pelicans. It's Zion Williams and the boys. What's your formula for success? How are they going to win this game? What do they got to do to shut down the Pelicans? What's your analysis for the Nuggets?
Yeah, so playing the Pelicans at home. Because, we play them at home again? Win tomorrow.
That's what I'm seeing right here.
Dang, yeah, back-to-back 2 games at home. Well, we just played them. We saw how that went down. I think you kind of just have to have the same recipe. Just, kind of have Zeke just maybe shadow and just play, Zion and don't let him get going. Outside.
Do you think Brandon Ingram plays?
Yeah, I was gonna look and see. I don't think
because that'll be a factor too if he's finally coming back.
He's still out. 100%. Yeah, he's not gonna play. He's not gonna play in Wednesday's game.
He's not playing? Okay.
Nope. Missing his 27th straight game. So, who knows when he'll be back? And I think that's it too. They have a lot of injuries. Daniel Theis will be out. So it'll just be a matter
Herbert Jones is still out for them.
Huh? What is that?
So it should be interesting. I wouldn't say it's a gimme or a layup, but you think you're confident those guys can get the W tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think so. You got to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. You got to get these wins. So I feel pretty confident.
I think it could. I mean, I don't like to be a score predictor that much in the NBA because those scores can vary so wildly between game to game. But I can see it being they're at home. They're playing a hurt team. They already played them a little bit recently, so they got a feel for them. So I could see it being like a 112-89, something like that. They got a comfortable lead, and they just sit out in the fourth quarter and take care of business.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was 125 to 113, so it was right around there yesterday. So, it's kind of hard to beat the same team twice, but I think when it comes to a situation like this, I think he kind of can.
Well, if Jokic is getting a triple-double and Porter's putting up 30 points, I think that's a good recipe for success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you got Porter putting up 30 points and then, like you said, and then you got, Michael Porter hitting, you got Jamal Murray hitting. I think, it's not many teams that can beat us.
Yeah, he's been awfully quiet for us. We haven't mentioned much Jamal Murray on the Nuggets lately. Is he someone who's just been playing steady, cold, or he's just lukewarm, or where are you at with Jamal?
He had 20 points in both the past 2 games. He had 27 fantasy points against New Orleans. In the last game, he had 8 assists and 2 steals. So he's been putting it down on the defensive side. He has a couple of blocks this season. I think he has more blocks than Zeke does. He has way more blocks than Zeke Naji does. I guess just more opportunities, and it's just been kind of fluctuating in his plus minus, but he's still been coming up consistently with the points lately. He's been scoring 20 or more. He scored the last time he scored under 20 was January 27th against Charlotte. He had 18.
Okay. Not bad.
And then, he was over 30 in the next 2 games. So he's been going off, definitely getting it done on the scoring side. And then, like I said, trying to do his thing on the defensive side. So Murray's been looking a little bit better. He's serviceable, right? He hasn't been wowing anybody, but he's been serviceable, and he's definitely been doing what is needed from him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Man.
So then on Thursday night, we got the Timberwolves playing the Rockets at home. And right before that, on Wednesday night, do they play
at home?
Yeah, they play the Bulls tomorrow night. That's a game I think they should win. Get off of this bad taste in their mouth, lose it to the Kings at home real close. I don't think they go back-to-back losses and they get the W. I don't know what the score is, but I think they get right and they take it to the Bulls on Wednesday.
Oh, man, they got to, right? Again, you got to win these games that, you know what I mean?
You got to beat teams that you should beat. Like, you can't be playing around and losing to teams that you should be beating.
Yeah, especially with the moves that the Bulls have just had, right?
Yeah.
They don't really have...
No more Zach LaVine.
Nope. I don't think Lonzo's playing. I think he's hurt still.
Okay.
Oh, no, he might be playing, actually. Oh, no, he is playing. Nice.
All right. That explains why ticket prices are a little bit higher.
Right. But that's about it. I mean, outside of that, you know, Josh Giddey, are you excited about that? Right.
Yeah.
It's a team that the Timberwolves should come in, and especially if Anthony Edwards is playing, if they have their starting lineup, they should come in and kind of show us what's up and what's going down. So it'll be interesting to see how they play. How are you feeling about it, though? Are you worried about it? Think it's a trap game, or what?
I'm worried if they just get off to a slow offensive start, but like I feel overall, if they could just shake the bad taste of the Kings loss off of them and just take it forward, focus on the task at hand. I think they're beatable. They're very beatable. I think they can beat them. It's just they got to get out of their own way. They have to stop turning the ball over. Stop committing stupid fouls, and then just learn how to be clutch. Like, I think Ant's just overcompensating and doing a little too much, and he's not getting enough help from those other positional players.
Yeah, and that's hard too.
Consistently, like that's the big word. Is consistently. It's not there.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say it's just super hard when the start feels like they have to do everything.
Yeah.
And then they're kind of just like overextending themselves.
And then the last bit of news for the NBA before we switch over says there's no heat coming off of, no pun intended, but no news stirring as far as Jimmy Butler trade talks go or whatnot. So, it's just kind of quiet on the trade front after that fallout of the Luka AD trade.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you're seeing a couple, like this Cade Cunningham one, but nothing too wild. Let me see if I can pull the tracker really quick.
Real quick, do you think after that AD Luka trade too, do you think anybody's untouchable or like any player?
Joker.
You don't think the Nuggets would ever trade him?
No, not right now. He's untouchable right now, but
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
What
do you got for us in the NFL, Sid?
Yeah, so got a couple of trade rumors and trade wanted and teams looking to trade. So let's go ahead and do a promo really quick. All you new people that join, you're watching Fantasy Reports on Shady Sports Network. I'm the bus driver Cedric, co-pilot Justin over there. We'll just do a promo really quick. When we come back, we'll talk some NFL and then get on out of here if nothing else. Cool?
Yeah, cool.
Awesome. We'll be right back, guys.
Fantasy football fanatics, get ready to dominate your league. Tune into the Fantasy Football Reports every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. and Sunday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We're breaking down injury updates, who to start or sit, trade strategies, and lineup advice to help you crush the competition. So don't miss the inside scoop. Find Fantasy Football Reports on your favorite social media platform, live on the Shady Sports Network. Your championship starts here.
Yeah, man, we'll get you to that championship. Speaking of NFL, like we said, we're going to talk some NFL. So, big news in NFL. Myles Garrett requested a trade. I mean, pretty much kind of like the equivalent of a Luka AD trade. I'd say almost like the NFL version. Definitely shifted eyes back to the NFL, and then you started hearing trade rumors after that. What do you think about this Miles? What do you think about him announcing it on social media?
I think it was very professional. I thought it was very formal and very concise and to the point, and I don't have any problem with it. I like that he did it around Super Bowl week, so because everyone's talking about the Super Bowl, puts their eyes on Myles Garrett for a little bit, and draws some more suitors. So I think it's great, and I think it's what's best for him. I mean, I don't think anybody wants to, you got to accept the reality of the team that you're on and be like, I don't want to be here no more. Like, I want to win. I want to go win somewhere. So how that looks like in the coming days, we shall see. We'll see. But I think there's going to be a large pool of suitors and a large pool of potential teams that they are going to heavily aggressively pursue. And we'll see what there's a difference between the market value and then what people are end up going to spend for it. And if the Cavaliers are going to, the Browns will bite on it and take a deal.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what teams are willing to give up to have the chance to get an edge rusher. I feel like probably won't see a whole lot of interest. Like, I'm looking back to when Miles or Khalil Mack first went on the market.
And, score just when final said.
For the 76ers Mavericks?
Yep. The Wolves maintained the 1-game lead on the Mavericks. 76ers pulled off the 116-118 victory.
Wow, they just took their player and took their win.
And then real quick, just an update, 95-84 Celtics over the Cavaliers 8 minutes ago.
Oh, wow. How far apart are they in the standings? Oh, yeah. Oh, well, no. Cavs got a lead. They got a 5-game lead, so it doesn't matter. Dang. Jaguars requested permission to interview Bears assistant GM. Why would they interview him? What have the Bears won?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing really exciting coming out of media week.
Not really. The Rams told Cooper Kupp that they're looking to trade him, so we can see Cooper Kupp on a different team next year.
For both Myles Garrett and Kupp, I want to give it a week and before I give my predictions of where he go, where I'd like to see him go, and that, the other thing.
Yeah.
Just let the news settle for a little bit.
Yeah. Would you want your team to trade 2 first-round picks to get Myles Garrett?
Do we have time for me to get into this? Because
well, how about we'll close it out with that?
You sure?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I would like to take a little bit more time in dissecting both those guys.
Oh yeah.
Because I have a lot to get into with both those guys, where I'd like to see him go and who I like to see him go with. I do think that they both. I think they both end up getting moved for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they stay in their conference. I think the Rams will only trade to a team that's outside of A, their division, and B, outside of the conference. And same with the Myles Garrett. I think the Browns are smart. They don't trade him within the division or inside the conference, because if you're the Browns, you'd hate to see your best player go to the Buffalo Bills or the Baltimore Ravens or the Cincinnati Bengals,
But then you look at the Lakers and Luka. I think did they maybe change the outlook on how trades go or how teams view stuff like that? Because I mean, you can still get back to. You can still always get back to the AFC. It doesn't matter. His deal's up in like a year or two.
I just think for both those players, interconference, that the prices for those, what gets the deal done, is higher than being traded outside of the conference, outside of the division.
No, and I feel you there. I definitely understand that.
If I was a GM, like that's the way I'd be looking at it. Is like, because I wanted to play against them multiple times a year after, letting them go.
After letting them go for pennies, unless you get like a whole lot, unless you get more than pennies in the dollar.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because those are great players. Those are Super Bowl caliber players that could help you bring your team to the next level to get to the Super Bowl.
Yep. I was reading somewhere, man, the Broncos could be front runners to get Garrett Wilson.
Really? I would like that more so than Cooper Kupp because he's younger.
Yep.
And
he fit in with those young guys too.
Yeah. Not to say I'm not trying to downplay Cooper Kupp. He's still great. He's still amazing. I think it really depends on where he goes, how well he'll work out. But I still feel he's still got years on those tires. He's still got tread on him. It's just it really like the Broncos would be a great spot for both Garrett Wilson and Cooper Kupp, I believe. I think they would be fit. They would fit perfectly. A good young up and coming gunslinging quarterback and two proven like Pro Bowl players. It's a good match. It's just like you said before during the season, it's just how and when is the Broncos going to open their pocketbook and like give them their money that they're looking for.
Yeah, because all these guys are here for the taking. So,
if it was me, I know this sounds wild, but I think best case scenario for the Broncos is like, hey, I'll give you Cortland Sutton and X picks for Garrett Wilson, and then Rams will give you X picks and whatever player for Cooper Kupp. So you could potentially get both Wilson and Kupp for Cortland Sutton and some picks.
Mm-hmm.
I would do that.
Yeah, that'd be wild to get something like that, and then just instantly change our wide receiver room overnight.
Yeah, and I think those two players would usurp what you have left out of Cortland Sutton. I think his value is peak value right now for the season he's had last year and the year before. Like, I don't think his value gets any higher. So if you were to have to use him as I don't know where his contract is, what he's got left on it and whatnot, but I feel like he'd be on the table for me as like a piece to be moved. If okay, you want to trade me your wide receiver, we'll give you him plus to get Wilson. I think that'd be. But
it'd be interesting to see that. I don't know. But oh man, my head is whoa.
You too?
I was gonna say, you want to wind this down and call it.
Yeah.
I think it's good time. We got some good
info you saw tonight. If you like joining us, if you like the NBA, the NFL, all of followed us on all of our social media stuff and all of our notifications. Please, we got a goal of 1,800 subscribers. I think we're still 10 shy or less. So please help us out. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the network, and share, and follow us over there. We greatly appreciate that. And then tune in to us on our socials throughout the week. We'll keep it updated with content and other news and updates or whatnot that happens. And look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Yeah.
What do you got, Seth? You want to wrap this up?
You pretty much did. Like you said, head over to the Facebook group. We'll get some info in there for you. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, we do appreciate you guys chipping in and watching us here over on Shady Sports Network. And then head over to shadysportsnetwork.com and check out our other sports information. We got stats, articles, interviews, whatever you can think of sports-wise, you name it. We probably got it over there. So I'm sure you'll find something you love. We have live sports going on as well, pretty much year-round. So always, you can probably find a game going on at least once to a couple times a week on Shady Sports. So head over there, check it out when you get a chance, and then like he said, hit that subscribe button on YouTube for us, please. Trying to get it over to 1,800 subscribers, get that count up. So please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and then that reminder so you know when we're coming on and we'll come at you. I think that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and if anything else, I hope you have a wonderful night.
Absolutely. Good night, everybody.
I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.